Stitches of the Damned. Welcome to Myth or Reality. Today we've got a gripping tale that will challenge what you think you know. As you watch, listen closely because at the end, you'll need to decide. Is this story a true account, a reality, or untrue, just a cleverly crafted myth? It's up to you to figure it out. In the quaint town of Eldridge, the annual knitting circle was a cherished tradition. Every Thursday, women gathered at the community center, sharing patterns, stories, and tea. This year, everything would change with the arrival of Martha, a newcomer whose presence sparked curiosity. Martha seemed to embody an air of mystery, her long, dark hair framing a pale face. When she unveiled her unusual yarn, a deep black that shimmered like oil, the other women exchanged puzzled glances. "It's special," she said, her voice smooth as silk. "It has a story woven into every thread." Intrigued, the women set to work, but as they knitted, an unnatural chill filled the room. They felt their fingers moving with a life of their own, weaving intricate patterns that surpassed their skills. Laughter faded, replaced by a tense silence as they became absorbed in the rhythm of their needles. Martha sat apart, watching with a satisfied smile. As the hours passed, each woman completed a small doll, eerily lifelike, their features mirroring those of the knitters. A sense of unease settled over the circle. The dolls seemed too real, too knowing. After the meeting, the women took their creations home, unaware of the dolls' peculiarities. But as days passed, the dolls began to stir. Fingers twitched, heads tilted. The women dismissed these as tricks of light or imagination until the whispers began. At night, the dolls whispered secrets, exposing the women's darkest desires and fears. One doll hissed to Linda, who envied her colleague's success, "You want her job? Make her disappear." Linda felt the compulsion take hold, her heart racing with fear and excitement. One by one, the other women succumbed to their doll's commands. The once tight-knit circle began to unravel, friendships fracturing as envy and resentment festered. They were compelled to act on the whispers, each decision leading them deeper into a web of betrayal and darkness. As time passed, Martha's true nature emerged. She delighted in the chaos, her laughter haunting the shadows as she gathered the souls of those consumed by greed. The women had become mere extensions of the dolls, slaves to their own creations. One evening, driven by desperation, Linda confronted Martha. "You've done this! You've cursed us!" she shouted, clutching her doll, which was now a twisted reflection of her own soul. Martha's smile widened. "Cursed? No, my dear. You're merely reaping what you've sown. Those dolls hold your desires, your fears. I simply gave them life." As Linda fought against the pull of her doll, the others gathered, each one struggling against the shadows that had engulfed their hearts. Together, they realized that only by confronting their own darkness could they break free. Defiantly united, they channeled their anger and regret. The dolls trembled, eyes darkening as the women fought back. In a surge of energy, the dolls shattered, releasing a cacophony of screams into the night. Martha's expression shifted from delight to fury as the remnants of her dark magic dissipated. With a final, desperate scream, she vanished into the shadows, leaving only the scent of burnt yarn. Shaken but free, the women gathered the remnants of their lives. They vowed to rebuild their friendships, embracing honesty and compassion over envy. As they left the community center, a single black thread, coiled and glimmering, lay on the floor, a reminder of the darkness that had almost consumed them. So, what do you think? Is this story fact or fiction? True or untrue? A reality or a myth we made up? Well, here's the answer. Stitches of the Damned is completely made up and just a myth!